Hi folks, I just thought I'd put a YouTube video on just to explain some of the expectations I think in the coursework between what's a really simple idea and not worthy of so much credit, and what is a sort of a decent idea. And also just to reinforce the fact that third angle orthographic is front view, plan view and side view, and this is basically how they should be arranged. When you're looking at it, try and get it so that you can use the clapperboard to go through the different scenes to actually kind of show it kind of like that. You might want to bring it a bit close to the center axis, for example. If we just get rid of these bits here, and if we just kind of draw this over to here, for example, using the move tool, move that sort of center axis, then we should hopefully, yeah, it's a bit more centered looking. That is third angle orthographic. If you're not doing it like this, if you're not doing front view, side view to the right and plan view above, facing, looking downwards, then that is not considered third angle orthographic. There are certainly orthographic views, but this is the third angle orthographic convention. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Okay, let's begin. And I just want to show you how easy it is to do these, and how one is really a development of the other as well. So I'm going to get rid of these now. And I'm just going to be very quick. So first of all, I'm just going to start off by drawing my basic object, which is the one here in front, and I'm going to go 500, 500, just to keep it nice and square. Pull this up to 600, 700 I think it was. What I'm going to do is just very quickly draw on this using the pencil tool, the line tool, and all I'm doing is dividing things up. You can see that really quickly. I'm starting to get some nice sort of correspondences between my faces, and at this point in time I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to rub out a couple of these lines here and also this line here. Okay, right, so I'm just going to grab that, which isn't so easy when there's an avatar standing there, and I'm just going to press shift. Well, I'm going to shift it over, I should say, using control and move. And the reason I'm doing this is because I just want to show you they've got both exactly the same starting point. I'm just going to pull this away, pull this away. I'm going to pretend on this one I've drawn less lines than I actually have. Now, what I'm going to do next is just use the offset tool, set it to 10, sort of do the same at the bottom, set it to 10, and I'm just going to draw a line at the back. I'll set that to 10 as well. Pull this back to that marker point, to that end point, and that is that. That's what I'm seeing a lot of at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of these really basic shelves. Now, if you don't have a clearly defined purpose for what you're doing, then in effect there is no, any purpose or any use is no use at all. And I say that because it's a generic fixed idea. Sort of, you've got design fixation. It's too basic. It took me 2 minutes to draw. I know what I'm doing, but it takes anybody the same amount of time to draw. You can do better than this, and I'm going to show you how. So I'm just going to be selective in what I rub out. Just going to pull this back maybe halfway. So we'll go back 250. Don't know if that's the exact same on the other one, but I'll use that as a guide for my other one. I'm going to turn those into speakers, because a multifunctional object would have multifunctional object would have speakers, right? Let's say, and it's got a docking station. That's kind of a popular idea. This is turning into, in actual fact, what this is turning into, and I'm not measuring this at the back, I'm not going to bother. This is turning into sort of like a multifunctional music station, which is far more interesting than just some shelving unit, which could be used for anything. So it suits nobody because it suits everybody. This has to be specific to a specific customer. This has to meet their criteria to be successful. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of designing it? It's something that you can buy or purchase from anywhere, from anybody, which doesn't take any imagination. The whole idea of this project is that you're doing something creative, that you're doing something which is original and new. Just going to put that there. I'm just going to pretend I'm going to push pull that down. That's going to be some sort of a charger, perhaps, that I have there on top. Just push pull that in a tiny bit. Okay, so maybe there's like, you know, some sort of a charger point or something. Okay, this is already looking a lot more finished. I'm going to just use the offset again to create those inner shelves, or drawers, as the case may be. I'm not going to draw a drawer because I've shown you how to do that in another video as a separate component, and I want to make this quick so I can upload it quickly. Right, okay, I'm going to push pull these things back, some of these things, to create inner shelves. Push pull. There we go. There we go, and that's fine. Now inside of this I can also actually draw another shape, which I've done already on the other one, to create like a little MIDI system. It could be an MP3 player, it could be, you know, sort of a DVD player, I'm not sure, or something like that. Just, you know, it's showing that there's space in there. I'm going to just draw a little doorknob on this one drawer here, using that to find my center. Join a circle. Can, like, say it's 10. Rub those bits out, otherwise it will kind of drag out those lines as well. Push pull this out, and that's it, that's done. All I need to do is add color and texture, which I'm going to do. I'm going to add a nice yellow for the stand for my phone. I'm going to add like a green light for the display. Maybe you've got like a red display or some buttons or something on there. I'm going to get rid of my colors. I'm going to go to textures, which is quite nice for a speaker cover. I'm going to minimize that, and I'm going to go to metals for my little, that could be pewter cast, for example. That's something that we've done in the workshop. I'm going to go to wood, and I'll just put a different wood on it just for a change. And you can see there that this could be a veneer that you apply on top of an existing sort of wood. Chipboard or OSB, and you can see there just so quickly I've just created. You could even have a different coloured you know, woods on as drawers or something like that. Let's have a look. It's kind of like a nice enough one. It's a nice colour. You can also include, oh, actually I wanted to go back and I wanted to add some more of this stuff to the front, which is kind of a nice end effect, an end face showing. Okay, great, that's fine. And also, last of all, I've just put in some glass, so they're transparent. Yeah, let's make that one transparent as well, so you can actually see through. The only difference to the one at the back is that I've actually created a little LP to go in there, because I'm just going to pretend that this is actually my customer or my client is somebody who really actually likes to listen to some of the older formats of music. So I'm just going to place that in there. I'm not going to create that again, that's a separate component. And of course you could have a couple of LPs in there, and that's a really great way of just showing that, you know, you understand the measurements of things, and that's a nice amount of space to reach in and look at your LPs. So there you go, there you have it. There is a very complex, well, not very complex, but it's a more complex shape. You can add measurements to that because at the start we were defining measurements as we went along, and everything is now sort of so much more interesting and so much more kind of, you can see what everything is for. You can see that everything has a purpose. If it has no purpose, if it's just general, then it's no good. This is something also which demonstrates the skills that you would have learned in the workshop. Line bending, veneering, like cheaper forms of manufactured board, use of acrylic. One of the things we might not have covered is, but you can talk about, is the use of components like hinges and doorknobs. Pewter casting we've done. Okay, measuring, just some maths in there as well. Hopefully that's helped you and just shown you the difference between something which is quite rudimentary and something which is kind of starting to get a bit more interesting in terms of a developed idea. Thanks for watching.